Hello, Petals. It is Teals coming back to you from Teals Gold. If you're new here, hello. And if you're returning, what's up? Today's video, we're gonna do a very short video on my 2025 planner lineup. And as of right now, there are 5 books, planners, or journals that I will be using. And I wanted to go over that with you, what I'll be using and what sizes. So let's start with my common planner and my memory planner. So what I decided to do this year was, or what I will be doing. So this is my current planner. This is in A5 Stylogy that I bullet journal in. As you guys know, I do bullet journal in my common planner. And this is my Coach cover. It is really soft. The reason is I bought it because I love stitching. 2, normally I don't like soft covers, but this one, well, it just felt like butter, to be honest. Didn't even know that I liked butter, but clearly I do. I bought it and I was like, okay, because it's butter, I am going to have to use it now because the stitches are gonna come out. The flower is gonna get dirty. It's not gonna be durable enough to withstand how, I throw my planners around. And I was completely wrong. This thing has held up. I have not had to clean it yet, so I am gonna clean it at the end of the year. And I have had no problems with it. It is actually probably one of my favorite covers to date. And I am very impressed with the quality. Now, I know I like Coach already, but this just kind of sealed the deal for me. If any covers they come out with, whatever ones I like, I will buy, because so far I have 2. I have 2 Coach covers, and I have enjoyed both covers that I've used. Now, about my planner, as you can see, this is what it looks like. So I have all of this space left. This is like the start of November, and I'm pretty sure by the time I'm done with December, I'll still have a good chunk left in this 365 Stylogy, right? So I decided that I'm going to put my memory planner back here, all of my memories for 2024 in the back, because it's just, I have so much space left over. And the reason I don't memory plan with my, with my journal is because my journal consists of like happy, sad, and angry moments. And I don't want to put the memories that I have with those moments. I want them separated. So with my everyday planner, that actually goes through the list of things that I've done. I mean, nobody lists like bad things in their planner, right? It's kind of like a running to-do list. Maybe some highlights and some lows, but never in depth of what it is. And so if I combine that with my memory planner, to me, it feels like it just kind of flows together. So we're officially putting these 2 together. I normally put my memory planner in a separate book, but because I'm using the, I'm going back to Archer in Olive. It's behind me. I'm not gonna go get it to show you which one I have, but if you know, they did their professional launch with Mark Your Pages, and I bought his book, and that is what I'll be using. So his book is actually larger than the other Archer and Olive books that I normally use, and I am going to set aside a certain amount of pages to use for each month, so I do have the same space that I have over here to memory plan. The cover that I'm using is my Louis Vuitton Pink Cherry Blossom. It is not real Louis. I got it made from Eco Player, but the only reason I got it is because it was Louis Vuitton and it had cherry blossoms on it, and it was pink, which matches all of the cherry blossom like little trinkets and charms that I bought while I was there. It all matched flawlessly. So when I actually like show the picture of my lineup once it's completed, like putting it inside of its covers, you're gonna see what that looks like. Next up, we have my history planner. So I'll be using a standard size traveler's notebook. This is tentative only because of how much stuff is actually happening in the US. I might need to size up. I might have to A5 this. And I'll be using the blank grid Sterling ink notebook. I've had it for about 2 or 3 years now, and I haven't used it yet. And this is the perfect opportunity to use something that is blank. I think the smaller grid allows me to put more words on the paper, which is perfect for something like this. My work and college planner. So I am in college for my bachelor's degree in cybersecurity technology, and I graduate next summer. So since even while I was working on my associates, I have had actually since I've been in the military, I had a work planner, and I just combined my college with that planner because I do some of my classwork at work, and it just makes sense to kind of put all of that into one area, because it's kind of like you're working, like this is all the things that you're working on professionally. I'm using a standard size traveler's notebook cover that is going to be my pink Gillio crop cover I got from Knox. I think her new Instagram name is Knox Smuggles. Yeah, Knox Smuggles, NGOC. So check her out. I got that from her. She was reselling some of her items, and I've never had a Gillio before. I call it a Gillio. I don't know if it's a Gillio. Y'all correct me in the comments of how you say that properly. But I have a pink one that I used this year, and it has worked for me flawlessly. I'm gonna keep the exact same lineup. I am keeping everything that I had in there for the past 5 months because one, when I bought my I have a dated horizontal sterling ink notebook, which I was using as a college, like to track all of my assignments. And there was a boot camp that I went to where something happened every single day, and I needed that monthly layout. And the weekly helped me kind of break down information that I needed. So that was perfect for that. And then on top of it, going to work, adding that in there helped me fill up more space. So that's why we're doing both of those in one book. But in the Gillio though, it has 4 strings. I'm not filling up the 4 strings, but there's so much room to grow in there that it has been exponentially helpful for other things that I want to do. So where I work at, there is a confidential tab I'm going to create for stuff that needs to be in there. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I need to put a tab for confidentiality. I think that I should order a one of the notebooks, the standard size from Sarah the Studio, and completely isolate everything that's confidential for work in that book. So y'all let me know what you feel about that. I think that's a good idea because there's so many strings in the notebook, I have space to do it. And this allows me to do flip throughs of this book because I'm using my stickers to decorate. It's good for content, to be honest. And this year I can't show my notebook at all because of the information that I put in there. So next year I need to be smarter of what I put in there. And I do think being smarter would be separating all confidentiality into a separate notebook versus just a tab. I think it's a good idea. Next up, we have the journal. I'm doing a journal self-care planner. I don't know if you guys follow my Instagram. If you don't, hop on over there at Teals_gold. And my journal and self-care planner is a all-in-one. So I currently use a Simply Gilded cover that was gifted to me. And it is like this thick on the side where it was able to hold my, I did a sterling ink B6 undated. And I had 3 notebooks from Isosceller Jewels in there. The Gratitude, Balance is Key, and Mindset. And all of those fit in there. So it was between me documenting my year and then how I could get better with the other 3 notebooks. Different self-care, different realizations, different types of growth. And I feel that all of that together is a book full of release, full of deep thought, full of learning, full of accountability. And I kind of want to keep that same thing going. So I'm doing a B6 Stology full year notebook. And the reason I'm switching from Sterling ink to Astrology is because the grid is bigger. So the Astrology grid is kind of too small for me. So I'm switching over to the 5mm. The 5mm seems to be like a good medium. Most of my fountain pens are medium, and it doesn't look good with the Sterling ink, like, what is it, 0.38 size grid, millimeter grid. And I just got the Angel Shy, her caramel crop cover. I just got that in about 2 weeks ago. I also have the V6ology in possession, and I put it inside, and it's beautiful. Now, I do think that I would need to decorate the outside, because that black is like, you open that brown and that black hits real hard. So we're gonna tone that down a little bit. But that is going to be my self-care planner. And I decided, because I'm giving a full year astrology, as you can see, my me having a full year astrology for my planner this year, I will have more than enough room to put all of my self-care and everything into one notebook without having to have the outside notebooks. Now, the key here is to make sure that I do proper layouts. So if you guys have self-care layouts that I can add in here, because I'm going to be doing my scripture writing, my gratitude, my daily planning, all that stuff is going inside of this notebook, because I want it to kind of be a catch-all. And two, I don't think I need to add on more notebooks for this. I always feel like each year should clearly be in one book. So that way, when you look back at it, you know this is 2024. This is 2023. My planner and my journal are two things that I don't like separating throughout the year. I like making sure that all of that information is in one book. Same for my memory planner, which normally I put in a separate book for the year, but if it can fit in here, I just reduced how many planners and journals I'm using. And I do that because it is, to me, I feel like we don't think of how to archive our books. And when you start adding in more planners and more notebooks, you start to accumulate more at the end of every year. So I tried to downsize. Like, realistically, I don't need a history planner, but because I'm a nerd, I want to not only like use the notebooks I already bought, but like all this right here, I've already had. I'm just incorporating it into my lineup because I research history in general. I follow politics in general, right? I work in cyber, so therefore I'm constantly being up to date on, you know, the latest adversarial threats. So I'm trying my best to incorporate what I normally do into my planning life so things kind of flow and make sense. And you get to use more stickers, let's be real. But this is the one I can't wait for. So I have my travel and my junk journal. Normally I separate the two because my travel, what I do is I use the standard size short trip notebooks. I don't think I'm gonna stop doing that because I think each trip deserves its own like section, so you can bring up the trips, because I decorate the outside of the book too. But my junk journal is in a standard size traveler's notebook, and it's in my caramel handmade cover. So if you went to SGS, you know that I have a cover that I handmade. I bought the what do you call it? The leather. I dyed it. I put the grommets in. I embossed it. I put the strings, and I did everything by hand because the caramel TN is always sold out. Every time I go somewhere, it's sold out. And I was like, I do not want to wait for a caramel, you know, the brown cover. I made it. It works absolutely great, and I take it with me to every conference and every travel trip. I also use it as a junk journal for any like challenges that go on in the planner community. So if somebody has like a 30-day challenge, I pick at least 7 of the 30 that I'm going to do inside of that book. Every June, I have a music, like a dedication to Black music challenge that I do in there as well. And I was like, I might as well combine the two, and not because I want to use like the same notebook for both. It's a 10, so you can put in as many inserts as you can fit. My travel inserts are going to go inside of this handmade cover, and my junk journal is going to go inside of this handmade cover. and I'm going to use my regular Travelers Company inserts because I have 2 shoe boxes full of inserts that I bought from when I lived there and when I went to visit. And occasionally when I go to one of their flagship stores here, I also buy more, and I don't need to. So to get rid of them, we are going to use them for, okay, we might, depending on if we like fill this up or not. I doubt it, but the history planner is up in the air because of how much crazy stuff is happening. Who knows when this is gonna be full? And if it is, we're switching over to the regular Traveler's Notebook inserts. But the junk journal and the travel journal is gonna be exclusively used for, with the Traveler's inserts. So if you see the short trip, if you see the accordion, you know, if you see the different types of paper, the white, the beige, that's what this is gonna be used for. So I did say this would be a short video. This is my 2025 planner lineup, and I can't wait to see what is yours below. What is yours below? Put it in the comments of what is going to be your planner, what is going to be your journal, and any other thing that you are doing. What I really want to see is, is there anything on this list that you're going to add to your lineup? Are you using something other than, you know, a common planner, memory planner? Like, does somebody have an art journal? I want to know. Is somebody, what about the reading journals? I don't do the reading journals because every time I set a goal, I never make it, to be honest. The one reading journal I've had for 3 years and still haven't filled up yet. So what I'm going to do from now on is all of my reading will be logged in my common planner, and I'm going to put a reading log at the beginning of the book, so that way I can just track the books I had for this year. Now, I did that this year and it worked out a lot better for me than it did for like me making my own separate journal for it. I don't read enough for me to fill that up, so keeping it in there is a smarter decision. But other than that, you let me know what you have planned for your 2025. Does anybody have their word yet? Because I don't. Okay, but y'all can catch me on the flip side, and I can't wait to see what you have listed below. Make sure that you like and subscribe as well. This helps get my channel out there to reach more people, and I genuinely want to hear from you guys. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I like to go live and I like to do the back and forth conversation. So YouTube is a little bit more daunting because you're kind of talking to yourself, and I like the response back so we can kind of keep the dialogue going. So let me hear your dialogue, and let's get into the 2025 lineup and let's compare. You let me know what you liked up here, or if there is something better. If you have a better recommendation for me to add something to the list, let me know now, because clearly it's buying season. And because it's buying season, that means I do have plenty of time to change anything up, and if I do, I'll let you know. Other than that, you guys know my slogan: make sure you experience something new, because it will change your life. Have a good day.